Hello, and welcome to Chapter 17 of the Everwind Chronicles. There's no really good reference number for the number 17. It's just sort of there, away from one thing to another. The only thing I could even think of is that She's Only 17 song, which is kind of weird. But anyway, we're glad you're here. As you can see, we are still in digital formats, just like the rest of the world, for the foreseeable future. But we're still having fun. And so we're going to pick back up into it. So the party had accepted a mission from Lord Greenwood to attack a newly establishing headquarters of bandits, led by a new figure named Mahlyrssig that was unifying the bandits that had kind of fallen into disarray into various gangs and groups, but was finding unity under this new leader again. And so Lord Greenwood found out the location of this Mahlyrssig and sent a small force of his men alongside the party, and as well as a man named Kotok and his apparent bodyguard Otha. They together, they all traveled on their way there, and on their way there also met Calliope the Bard, who turned out to be there due to a dream, and also found out that she had been searching for Belladonna and Vander Rixa, who were apparently twins in her bard troupe, but the party knows them as Belladonna the Necromancer and Vander, another villain of sorts that they encountered once already and lost a battle to, who stole the staff of Shazran from them. After that, they also had a fight alongside Kotok where they saw a different side of Kotok, the more psychotic side of him, with extreme violence. But Asura had a mission of her own given to her by Hedressa, who had told her to gain his favor. And so she, committed effectively a war crime and mutilated a man while he was still alive in his genitalia, and in a bid to impress Kotok, which seemed to work. But the group was divided and disturbed by this, and didn't really have time to resolve anything as they were approaching the camp, and had been assigned to sneak in the back and go track down Mahlyrssig while the rest of the army fights the bandit encampment as a whole. And so they do, and they end up in Mahlyrsig's chamber confronting a man who they thought was Mahlyrssig, but turned out to only be an acolyte of sorts, and quickly discovered, much to their surprise and shock and terror, that Mahlyrssig was in fact a black dragon. And after a lengthy scene where they all ended up kneeling before him and begging for their lives and trying to figure out a way to make an offering in order to survive this encounter, seemingly forgetting that there's a whole battle happening outside where Mahlyrsig's forces is getting actively attacked. He gets somebody runs in and warns him that this is happening, and Mahlyrssig turns on them, and an extremely lethal fight occurs, or at least nearly lethal, with some pretty epic things happening, including dropping a stalactite on the dragon, doing some massive damage. After nearly dying and a lot of heart-stopping moments, they managed to fell the dragon. And as the great the great being falls and the dust sort of settles as everyone is catching their breath and sort of taking in the shock of the moment, this is where we pick things back up. So you are in the cavern with this now still dragon carcass.
Is
crying, sobbing, and hugging Valen.
So,
Yep.
and Asura is still hugging Valen, right? Like Asura came in to hug Valen.
I did, and then I quickly realized what I had done, and like very quickly, I'd like unravel myself.
Okay. Gotcha. Never mind then. Yeah. Okay. So we got the book over on the ground too, right?
Yeah, I definitely want to go check that out.
Yeah, I was gonna go over and pick up the book and hand it to Easy.
Mhm. Haha. This is going to be quite interesting to check out, yeah.
Okay. So you walk over to the man with a crossbow bolt sticking out of his forehead.
One crossbow. That's all it took.
Yeah.
Shot.
Sniped.
So you pick up the book, and do a quick investigation check.
Yeah, I'm good at those.
While he's doing that, I'm
Confidence.
gonna check over the man that has been felled by Asura.
Okay.
All right, I rolled a total of 20 off of it.
Hey, way to start.
Starting well.
Yes. Not nat 20, but 20 total. Yeah.
hey, counts.
That works, man.
It's something.
I rolled a 16 on my investigation check on the man.
So, the book, as you're looking over it, is apparently a mundane book. And you open it, and you realize quickly this is some sort of set of records. And it's the kind of thing that's going to take a while to truly kind of pour over and understand all of it. But as you're kind of flipping through it, and you're kind of looking for, kind of scanning for anything interesting, you start to realize this seems to be a record of activities, hauls, like loot, membership. Seems to be some sort of record of the criminal organization at large, the bandit organization out here in the countryside. And you're also seeing occasional references to someone called the Benefactor.
Ooh, the benefactor.
Yeah, which seems to be marked periodically. It'll have like a bit of intelligence or something of that nature, and it'll say something like via the Benefactor. And as if they're getting certain bits of info from this character. What you're also starting to see, though, is that as you're kind of scamming quickly through these records, is that it seems like after their former leader died, there was a lot of chaos. The records were a lot more smaller for the group that it just stayed with. The record stayed with for a little bit, and there was more chaos. But then after Mahlyrssig took over, you stopped seeing any references to the Benefactor. And the last piece with a 20, the last piece of information that you see from early in the beginnings of the records, is that it seems that the weapons seem to be supplied early on for all these bandits outside from an organization in the city.
Dun dun dun.
Which city is that?
Eldowyn.
From Eldowyn, okay.
Ooh.
I think we need to hide that book.
Kotok doesn't get this.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly.
Bag of holding.
This goes whoop into that.
What book?
So
I
Valen,
don't know the book. No book exists.
So Valen, As you are looking over the guy, you do see basically some marks on his arms as you're checking him over that look to be acid burns. But other than his robe, there's nothing. He has nothing on him.
The dragon came from, like, he was hiding in the beginning, right?
Back.
Yeah,
Behind
he's,
somebody?
Like an alcove
he's
thing.
kind of in the mist, like further than you could see.
I'm gonna walk towards there, trying not to step in the pool of acid.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna,
I'm gonna go
jump
to the bar.
from stuff to get and disappear in the mist.
Let's go splash in the acid.
Yeehaw!
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the bard.
Loppe and Asura take off to the towards where the dragon apparently came from, and as you do see more pools of this acid. As the chamber is still acrid with this sharp stench that's kind of dominating everything. You are seeing the mist is already seems slightly thinner than it was when you first entered. But it's still a little bit there, but it seems to be dissipating very slowly. As you two cross over, you eventually see kind of it looks like the other side of the cavern, where there are a number of little coves, and it's not like a smooth wall. It's kind of a jagged wall on the other side, and but there's one kind of cove that looks bigger than the others. And as you approach it, you see what looks like a pile of things toward the back of this cove. So are you going into the cove?
See.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn on my lantern.
Ooh.
Can I do
Remember those fancy lanterns?
Can I do a quick perception just to be sure there's nothing hiding there
Sure.
that could jump us?
Sure. Do it.
Perception. 18.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm very scared, so look out.
So as you approach it, and she lights up the lantern as you're looking out over it, it doesn't look like there's anything or like any other creatures there at the moment. It looks as though like the whole cavern has just fallen pretty silent. And so you approach, and as you're looking over this, basically what you're seeing is there are bags and boxes and just stuff piled. What looks like is maybe the very small beginnings of a horde.
Nice.
Baby horde.
Want to start thinking stuff.
All right.
Start digging in on things.
Yep.
Both of you do investigation checks.
Well, I'm not very good at those.
Okay.
While you guys are doing that, Bear, Stoic, Easy. Well, Easy, you're looking over the book.
Yeah.
I wanted to. Oh, sorry. I wanted to do a few things. Sorry.
Sure.
Um,
First, Bear and Stoic, what are you doing right now?
I'm gonna go. I'll invite Stoic, but I'm gonna go check where the guy came from, and he said, "Oh crap, we're being attacked." I'm just gonna go and see if I can see how the battle is going outside.
Okay.
I'm not going to go with you. I'd like to poke the dragon with a stick and just to make sure he's dead. I could, please.
Okay.
Go.
So quickly, Bear, you kind of go the direction where the priest seemed to come back from, and you eventually find a tunnel that seems to be leading out of this chamber, and you start following the chamber down, and you start hearing the sound of combat as you get closer. Are you wanting to go join the combat?
No, but it's still like raging on. It's not calming down at all. Like this is a big still.
It's hard to tell for sure how progressed it is just by the sound.
Gotcha.
It does seem like they're still fighting.
Okay, I'll just. But no one's in the tunnel, right? We're
Yeah.
clear for now.
No one's in the tunnel that you can see.
Okay, I'll head back to the group and.
All right.
relay that.
Stoic, you there's no stick available.
Oh, can I use my mace?
Sure.
I just
As you
want to make sure.
So as you poke the carcass, nothing seems to happen.
Good. Take a deep breath. Maybe look down at the ring and the necklace, and just kind of take a moment.
Well, as you do that, you feel very strong,
Uh-oh.
a very strong urge to touch the dragon.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Do I see this?
if I have an urge,
No, not
I don't
really.
see a reason
Not
why
really? Okay.
I would not. Do I feel this as a personal urge, or do I feel something outside of me urging me?
You know what? Roll an insight check.
On myself. I like it.
On myself. Self.
Insight myself.
All
Is this
right,
a
I
good
got
idea?
a good insight too. So that's a 14 plus 6. So
Whoa.
that is a 20.
Holy Toledo.
Okay, guys.
You know yourself well.
Well, it's difficult because on the one hand, it's like you understand the temptation to just touch a dead dragon. Why, it's a spectacle. Why wouldn't you say you've touched a dragon? But at the other hand, you don't really have a reason to touch it either. So it just sort of seems strange that it does feel like a strong desire.
Touch the dragon.
As you,
Oh,
Roll for it.
as you,
no.
as you put your hand on the scale, you feel something, and it's a strange feeling because you feel relief. It's like not audible, but it's like a sigh of relief. It's almost like some sort of burden kind of sort of lifted off of you that you didn't even realize was there.
Oh man.
Yay.
Did I just zombie this dragon? Oh.
Uh-oh.
After that, the dragon doesn't move,
Okay.
and nothing else seems to happen. You just feel this feeling.
Hey guys, do you think we should take the dragon's head as proof that he's dead?
I
Well,
think that we should harvest
obvious.
the dragon for parts and
Oh yeah.
scales, teeth, whatever we can.
Scales,
to get
teeth,
a-
eyeballs, spleen.
Listen,
Dragon spleen goes for a high price.
If not beheading the necromancer has taught us anything, behead them. I know I'm not there, but that's my 2 cents.
We're going to take the dragon down to the bones.
Yeah, I was gonna go over there, and that was my next thing. Was gonna start
Mhm.
the teeth of
Yep.
the dragon. It was my first
Same.
bill.
Found it easier doing that.
Careful the
Yep.
fingers.
I'll assist.
Acid
Yeah.
burns are not fun.
Sure.
I'm just doing.
All three of you do survival checks.
I'm pretty good at that too.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was
So
gonna use
Sora-
I was gonna use like my dagger.
If I don't
and
roll an 8.
Rolled a natural one.
Oh no. Oh,
The
no.
natural 20.
14.
Apparently,
14.
Go, Chris.
The universe.
Yep.
Oh,
the wizard knows how to deal with dragons.
what sucks is I've got a +5 in survival.
Jesus.
That's
So,
great.
Alan, you feel you kind of like, yeah, it should be, easy enough, right? And then you kind of look over it and go, I have no idea what I'm doing. This is beyond me.
Next time, use a knife, not your staff. It'll cut better.
I can't get through this hide is really tough.
You're poking it like in the eye. I'm like the teeth.
So easy as you work. You said you're working on the teeth.
Yeah, I want to take most of the teeth if I can.
Okay. Let's see. Teeth. You are.
So, sir, if you find a scarf, just let me know.
So 32. You're able to get 32 dragon teeth.
Woo!
I
32
will-
dragon
Oh
teeth.
shit!
Let's
That is
go.
nice.
Quite a few.
And yes, I will look for the fabrics for you.
All right, 32 dragon teeth.
Thanks.
Let's do this. I'm excited.
Stoic, what are you trying to do with the body?
Does it have horns?
Let me double check.
You need a new
That's a good
mug?
question.
It does in the little image on the map, but I just wanted to ask to make sure.
Yes, it does.
Ooh.
I would like the horns.
Okay.
Stokes
let's
getting a
roll.
new goblet.
Yes.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 14.
Okay. You're able to get both. They kind of come off at slightly different lengths just from the way they were dismantled, so they're not perfectly even. But they're let's see, they're about. Let's see, he was a young dragon, so they're about 3 feet long,
Ooh,
and
that's a big cup.
Whole lot of ale.
Yeah.
What is that? Maybe it's probably about that big at the base, and then of course curving down into a point. What is that? 8 inches, give or take.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'll work on. I'll hold them. Hey, easy. Will these fit in the bag of holding? They're a little bulky to carry.
It'll fit. It'll
How
fit.
heavy are they?
Well, they're not incredibly light. They're because they seem to be kind of thick. They're basically like as if they're made out of rock. It's not light.
So they're hard, is what you're saying.
Yep.
They're probably a good 30 pounds each.
Let's see here. I don't remember the capacity of a bag of holding off the top of my head.
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
Should be okay.
I think so. Okay, 500 pounds. We're good.
Yeah.
DM, are they solid or hollow?
Solid.
Solid. Okay. Then we're gonna treat this more like ivory, and maybe go for a nice inlaid handle than a goblet.
Oh,
Handle. Oh, okay. I like
Oh,
handle to your mace or something like that.
Yeah.
Dragon
A
horn
doorknob.
mace. Or a doorknob.
Doorknob.
Oh.
just slice little pieces of it, and you just decorate with them.
Asura and Loppe, each of you roll investigation checks.
Do we
that
re-roll
was
or do we
17.
keep the roll I rolled in the beginning?
Did you roll for the searching through stuff?
Yeah.
I rolled,
Okay, what'd you roll?
rolled 1.
7.
1.
I rolled a 17.
Oh, I thought
Plus
you
1,
said
so
that.
2.
There you go.
I'm
there
distracted,
you go.
all right?
Yeah.
Listen, I know I'm beautiful. It's okay.
Loppe, you.
I mean, if you weren't that scary, yeah.
So Loppe, you try to search, but it's still distracting. Like you can't shake the immensity of what just happened, like what you just faced, and kind of like a still coming down from trauma type of experience. It's just a little much. This is not the kind of thing you signed up for. And
They never warned me of this in Bard Scout.
right, like this is not the kind of life you had in mind. And you kind of poke through some stuff and find some boxes of what looks like foodstuffs and like clothing and that sort of thing, but not really much of value, and you're not even really trying all that much because you're just sort of doing stuff on autopilot at the moment. Asura, let's see. You find in this pile there's a variety of mundane weapons of various kinds. You find, let's see, 17. You find 778 gold.
Ooh.
You find
We're never going to see that again.
Right? Count
Oh,
it.
boy.
Maybe.
you see a ring, a set of armor that seems different than the mundane stuff that you're seeing. It seems to be magical in nature, as does the ring. You're seeing another kind of case that you open up and has several potions in it.
Oh shit.
And the 17, yeah, that's
How many potions is several?
5. No, I'm sorry, 6. No, 5. I'm not able to count now.
You know what?
I'm not
It's
able.
alright.
I'm not able to count to 5, so it's hard.
It's all right. I still have to do this, so I'm fine.
5.
Cool.
I guess 2 of which you actually recognize right away. One is a potion of healing, and then another one that's like it's the same kind of color, but seems like the color is more intense. And you recognize it as a potion of greater healing.
Ooh.
One minor and one greater.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, with a 17, that's it.
Okay. While I'm collecting this stuff, I'm gonna turn to Loppe. I realize we have not gotten to know each other very well, and I know that what you have seen has not been good. You say that your friends Belladonna and Vander were good people. Yes, your friends. They loved you. You loved them.
Yes.
Will you still love them when you find out what they did?
I would have to talk with them because there must be a reason. They've never had a tendency to just raise the dead. That wasn't really like our sketches, you know. It wasn't our thing. So something must have happened. They disappeared all of a sudden, and I mean, we were very, very close. You have to be like family when you're on the road, and to me, it just doesn't make sense. It's either they're, you know, controlled, charmed, or you know, I'd have to face it myself.
But what if they made those decisions on their own without being charmed? Maybe deceived, but not charmed. Could you still forgive them?
Sir, I don't know. It's not things I plan on doing, or I cannot be prepared. I was not prepared to learn those information. I was not prepared to see a dragon. Like an actual giant lizard thingy with wings, you know? I'm not prepared. I cannot live those emotions in advance. It's when I'm gonna see them and talk to them, and I'll have to listen. I have to give them at least a chance to explain themselves. If if our link in our relationship meant anything, it's at least an explanation. And then I don't know.
We are very lucky to have you as a friend.
Thanks.
You are welcome. Did I find a piece of fabric?
I mean, there's clothing.
I'm looking through holes of like the ones that are less nice because I haven't found anything cool. I'm just like, how do people live like that?
I'll point them towards the fabric or the clothing that I found, and I don't know if any of this is your cup of tea, but I found.
Are they colorful?
Are they colorful? Are any of them colorful?
Oh yeah, there's different colors. You know, probably something of every color.
Is there a purple?
Yep.
I'm gonna pass her the purple. This is my favorite color. Of course,
Purple?
I'm told, but I like this color.
It's so nice. I think some like dark green would go well in your hair, or like red,
No, this fabric
but, like
is for
crimson.
What she passes you is actually a purple jacket, like a really nice, like kind of formal wear type jacket that with like some gold threading like right down the middle where you would button it up, and there's like a lot of small buttons that kind of go down the front, and it's a very fine weave of material, like just so it feels pretty soft.
Damn. I will fold it very nicely, you know, like you find in stores, and just like I'll be like, this is gonna be so nice in a not acid-filled cave. So nice. Thank you. I'm gonna put it in my bag.
Is there any like shawls or cloaky type of things that have a very Alrockin look to them? You know, a bit more not Eurocentric in design.
Yes.
Or Alrockin silk. If there's Alrockin silk, I'm here for it. Hey.
Yeah, give me a second. I gotta look it up here.
Boys, what did you find with the dragon?
Collection of. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It's burning on you.
Nothing? You found nothing on the dragon?
I found nothing. I've been hitting it with a stick and nothing's coming up from it, so.
Oh.
I got lots of canines. No molars or anything else. Just all canines and incisors.
You found dogs in the dragon?
Yeah, lots of canines. Yeah.
Well, where'd you put the dogs?
Oh, easy. Sorry, I have to tell myself easy.
I'm really confused.
Oh, easy. Sorry. All bad. Don't worry about it. It's just a myth about dogs living in black dragons. It's a elvish joke. Never.
Yeah, I never got it.
That's okay. It's okay. But I do want to try to get. I'm gonna dump out the mimic goo that was in the potion because I think I like dragon's blood more than mimic goo. I'm gonna try to get some dragon's blood if I can. I don't know if I can, but should I roll for that?
And some scales.
Yep.
Some scales.
I'd like to assist him if I could.
And some scales. Okay. I'll try to get some scales off.
Yeah, I was gonna come back out and try to get some scales.
I'll put my hand on his shoulder and cast guidance.
Woo!
Nice.
So survival checks for whatever you're trying to get. Blood would be a separate check than scales.
Right.
So
I'll
he
try.
said, so excited he's helping you, so you can do it at advantage.
All right.
And a guidance to you, which is a +4. Or You can
Okay.
add a D4 to it, to an ability check.
I have to do only one time, or I can do it multiple times.
It's just for that one ability check.
Oh, okay. I rolled a, let's see. Is it wisdom that's survival?
Yes.
Okay. I rolled a 14 without anything added onto it.
Then you can add a D4 to it.
I guess I should add D4 to it.
But you get advantage though, right?
I did. That was 14 with advantage.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Yeah, I rolled a 14 and a 10.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I think I'll take it on the dragon blood. I feel like that's dangerous to handle, so I probably should be on the higher side.
Yeah, no problem. You're able to get a full potion bottle full of dragon blood.
Yes.
What color is it?
It is a very dark red with kind of a greenish tint to it, but it's mostly like a very dark red.
All right.
Almost looks black, but it's not really.
Okay. That looks
All
way
right.
cooler than the goo.
All right, so roll.
Yeah, I bet much better mimic goo.
Rolls for the scales.
The scales, yeah, I'll roll for the scales now. Is this with advantage or just standard?
Well, it depends on Stoic what you're.
Yeah, I might as well. I'll help him as well on that one. I'm not doing
Alright.
anything else.
Let's see.
Just hanging out with Easy, doing medical stuff.
That sounds real
Bros
gross.
doing
That sounds real
bros
gross.
stuff.
Okay. Good thing I had advantage.
Yeah.
The first one was a 3, second one was a 14 again. So that's much better. 14 flat.
So you're able to get 22 pounds of intact
Whoa.
scales.
Whoa,
Holy
22
shoot.
pounds. That's a
Okay.
lot of scale.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just call me the dragon butcher over here.
I'll take a T-bone of dragon meat.
T-bone.
Yeah, so an acid dragon, do it. Go
Yeah.
ahead. I'm watching.
Question about
So,
dragon scales.
before you do that, real quick, I need
Yeah.
to go
No.
back.
I just had a question about scales in general, but I'll ask it in a minute.
Well, I was going to go back to your question about the cloak. So
Yes.
So as you're looking for specifically an Alrakan style of cloak, which you're probably not really expecting to find all the way over here, as you're kind of like sifting through the clothing and everything, you kind of find a cloak and you look at it briefly, and it's odd because it's like you recognize that it's a cloak and you pick it up and you swear when you first picked it up it wasn't that style, but then when you hold it up and out, sure enough, it's an Alrakan style cloak.
Huh.
Huh.
They're cool.
Well, I'm gonna take that, and I have questions about it, but I'm gonna take it.
Yeah, specifically, so like most cloaks, they're kind of like cut just kind of down the middle and kind of wrap around you or something like that. With this one, it's actually kind of cut from the side over here and kind of comes in like a diagonal area or diagonal direction. And the hood, when you pull it up, it actually comes to a point at the front, like not a dramatic one, but just a slight point at the front instead of being kind of a smoother like most cloaks are. But yeah.
Just call me Rick.
Gail, question?
So my question about scales is, because I know that Bear has a scale weapon, like it has scales on it. Or no, you don't have it. Do you have it?
No, I didn't.
Dragon of the North. There was something that that was the morning star that you saw at
Right.
the store.
I couldn't afford
Are
it.
scales used as actual weapons? Like, are they sturdy enough to make weapons out of?
You roll a what would that be?
Nature?
Well, it's not well. I think you could roll a nature check if you're trying to speculate on it. you'd have to roll kind of your smithing check really to know about specifically, materials and weapons.
My nature's a +2 and I'm proficient in smithing, so that would be my proficiency, yes?
Yeah.
So that would be a +3. So I'm going to use my smithing knowledge.
Messy.
That's not bad. That's a 12 + 3, so that's a 15.
Okay. You would speculate that it seems possible. I mean, dragon scales are fairly hard. You'd have to experiment. You're not really sure how well they would work for something, say, like a blade, because it's tough. They're not impenetrable, they're not, and especially from a young dragon like this, they're not as big or hard as they would be as the dragon gets older.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically going to take some experimentation. Dragon scale has been used in weapon making weapon and armor making in the past.
Yeah, because I know about armor. I've seen scale armor.
Right. It's not like something you've done or know the specifics of, so it's either going to take experimentation or research to kind of answer that for sure.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Anything else you guys are doing in this room?
Can I catch Asura before she leaves the little alcove we were in?
Sure.
And I'm just gonna grab your arm very gently just to stop you from moving, not just grab.
I'm just gonna let you know that I whip on you. If you touch me and I don't know you're behind, I feel like I don't see you coming, I'm
You probably hear me coming. I have jiggles and things, that do sound. I am not stealthy. I'm just sir, you seem to be... It's not my place to say those things because, I wasn't with you guys. Whatever. I'm just gonna say, we waited for you to come back. Earlier. I don't know what happened. I sincerely don't want to know. But we waited. And then we didn't see you. But I think it's information maybe you want to know. You seemed intrigued in my relationship with my friend, so... Anyways, I'm rambling out of my ass, so I'm just gonna go. But this jacket, real cool. Cool. Very nice cloak. I like it. Bye. And I'm just gonna, go.
Take a moment to take that in. Then I'll walk out behind her.
Okay. Bear, were you still in the tunnel or did you come back?
I came back. I was gonna say when the girls come back to the dragon, I'll tell them, yeah, so I checked out, went down the tunnel a little bit. The battle's still raging on. I don't know if you guys wanna... I'm still I'm not at full, I'm still kind of hurting. I did get acid breath by a dragon, but it seems like maybe we should go help these guys out when we're ready.
Well, if we have a vantage point, maybe we can help them from,
Well, just to clarify on the timeline, because the harvesting and all that kind of stuff takes time. So you guys doing all this, from harvesting all that and searching and everything else is probably a good 45 minutes.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Maybe everyone's dead already.
Listen, Kotok left us.
He knew it was happening.
Oh, I don't care about Kotok's life, but there's a lot of soldiers out there that don't deserve to die. And also Otha. But whatever, that's fine.
If they're still fighting 45 minutes afterwards, let's go and try to help, but
So as you guys are talking about this, you actually hear a voice. It says, "Well, Oh, the gods be dead. Oh, look at, didn't expect that. And you look over and see Kotok and Otha standing over on the side. And they are both covered in blood and just dirty and very clearly coming from the battle. As Kotok is looking over and looking over the whole scene of this kind of dead, eviscerated, dragon now, and the group of you, and he's like, "Well, looks like you all had some fun, huh? But did not see that coming. Got to say, dragon, nah, didn't know that was what was happening, but." Well,
I'm gonna
problem for you.
I wanted to incite that as well.
Hold on, let me get my score sheet. Stuck. Hope you got some good, Loppe.
Unnatural 20.
That works.
Okay.
15 plus 5. Let's go.
Okay, total 20.
As far as you can tell, he seems to be telling the truth.
So you didn't know there was a dragon here?
No. Pretty much knew somebody big, bad, and dangerous was going to be here, but didn't know there was a dragon.
So you ran away scared because you thought it was a normal man?
Well, I knew it was going to be somebody who didn't want to mess with, and I'm not here to risk my life. I'm here to make
Risk
sure
the lives
that
of
this
others.
bloke died, and looks like he did.
It's okay to be scared. It's okay. You don't have to lie to kick it, man.
There's a thin line between scared and smart. And, well, you can take your pick, I guess. But, like I said, I'm not here to risk my life needlessly. This is not how I want to die. So, good job, though. I'm sure you all deserve a reward and something.
Well, how did it go out there anyway with the rest of the bandits?
Oh, it's wrapping up pretty nicely. They fought a bit, but they're not, they just didn't have much spirit left in them, I guess, or at least after we were kind of trouncing on them at the beginning. But it looks like we're getting it all under control now.
Where are the soldiers? They're still out there?
Yeah. Yeah, they're wrapping things up, taking captives and the like.
So they're still fighting?
No, looks like it mostly died down by the time I walked back over here to see if guys were still alive or not.
I was just wondering if you ran away from that fight too.
Oh no, I had me a good time. Had me a real good time.
Stoic is so.
Like I said, to my friend Stoic's degree, in my own language, we know you, Kotok, as English the opossum. It means scared possum. It's fine.
Well, I don't know what a possum is, but you keep calling me scared, and somehow I'm not really affected by it. It's almost like I don't really care about your words.
While all this is happening, can I start the process of beheading this thing?
Oh, okay.
It's a big thing to behead.
I know. And I've got little daggers.
I got a dagger and a rapier. I can't
I've
help
got a short sword. I can use my short sword.
I'll tell you what. Make an attack roll with your weapon of choice.
And because I've got a short sword as well, can I help out with that, or
Yes.
either give her advantage, or I'll give her advantage.
I would help you guys, but I'm a little blunty.
Yeah. I just
No.
have staff.
I'd say I'd have to agree with that.
That would get me.
Blunty, not stunty like
That
this.
would get me a 16 total.
Okay. It takes a while. You start this thing as Kotok sort of walks around looking this dragon over. It takes probably a good 10 minutes because it is very tough. the kind of scales that are damaged enough that you couldn't really harvest them properly, but they're still there. It's hard to get through. The muscle is way tighter and tougher than you expected. Then, of course, then it's spine, which is kind of thick, and it just takes a little while, especially with daggers and a sword. It's not quite like beheading a human, it's
That's
harder
easy.
than expected, but after about 10 minutes you're able to fully sever the last little bits of skin and tendon and everything.
I'm just gonna smear blood on my face when I'm done.
Yeah, so now you've got the dragon head is probably 4 feet long, and maybe 2.5 feet, give or take, wide. Like, it's a pretty sizable head. And
Boys,
mostly toothless.
Can you carry that, Bear?
Oh, can I carry that? Step back. And I'll bend down and I attempt to pick it up.
Don't lift with your back. Make sure you
Yeah.
from the legs, from the legs.
Yeah.
Use your legs.
An athletics check.
Yep. Okay.
What are these guys doing?
Hmm.
Athletics. Oh, sweet.
I'll put my
Oh, yeah,
instrument
21.
away.
Hey!
Nice.
Ooh.
Would you roll?
21.
21.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's definitely heavier than you expected it to be, but you can handle it.
I'm gonna pick it up and open its mouth with my hands and
Oh
look
my god.
look right at Easy and go, "Hey, my name's Mahlyrssig, and I'm a dragon."
Oh, I see. You can pick up an entire dragon's head without problems, but you can't
You
lift me at
you
least
do this
one
now?
time.
You want to do this now? Now's the time you want to do this.
I had dreams of seeing heroic feats, and this is what I get?
I'll turn to Loppe. Yes.
It's a bit of a roller coaster with us. There was very heroic stuff. Like Valen was on it, and then you get this.
Mhm.
A little bit of extremes. Bear, you think we could mount that on the wall back at the house?
It has no teeth anymore.
most of the teeth are gone.
Yeah.
That's okay.
We can add the teeth. We can make
Put
false
big teeth.
You're gonna crazy
find-
glue them on?
We can find some small rocks on the way back.
There has to be a taxidermist in that town
We
somewhere.
can figure it out. I like where your hands up though.
You see out of the corner of your eyes, Lotha is standing there with her arms crossed, watching this whole thing. You just see her head.
I say hi to Ota from my corner where I'm just like,
When she looks over at Disdain, I get embarrassed and I try and act cool and I put a sling dragon head over my shoulder, just try to act all tough, nod at her.
You see, you also notice Kotok wanders over to the little, over that 45 minutes, well now basically an hour, with beheading and everything, the mist is mostly dissipated here. It's kind of slightly hazy, but it's fully visible throughout the cavern. You can see now Kotok wandered over to the horde and is just kind of poking through it. And
I'll pull, I guess not pull him aside, but quietly to Loppe and Asura. Oh yeah, did you guys find anything good over there? We can
got
talk
a
about it
new
later.
jacket.
You did get a new jacket.
Yes,
Very
I did. I'm not wearing it here though. I'll wear it outside. There's acid splatter pretty much everything, and it can't be good for fabric.
Right.
Can't be good.
You'll have to wear it when we get back to Eldowyn Manor. We'll have a fancy dinner. I'll get some wine. It'll be a real nice night.
Are you paying?
No, Greenwood's paying.
Huh, okay. That's it.
Oh, that's it? Just
That's
a
all I
jacket?
got.
Oh. Alright. I didn't find anything cool then.
It was a young dragon, I guess.
Hey, do you think the other treasure chests are actually filled with gold where we came in.
You know
No.
what? I thought that you would have like no memory or recollection of it. So
Oh.
honestly, I hoped you would forget about it.
I'm just saying, if he doesn't have anything in here, maybe the
Yes.
real treasure.
No.
Wait, Bear. You can suggest to, and I lower my voice really, really low, and I'm like, we can maybe ask Kotok to go check and tell him that we left like treasure chest over there.
Oh.
That
I
would
wouldn't.
be a good one.
Hey, Kotok.
I'm gonna walk away.
Same.
Don't want to be associated.
I just look real nervous as they walk away. Hey, Kotok, we found 2 more treasure chests when we came in.
Oh, did you now?
Yeah.
He he picks up a jug and then tosses it. You know, he's looking through this stuff.
I'll use message and I'll point at Bear like very hiding, that I'm casting, and I'm like, tell him that we had to rush in. That's why we didn't check them.
We had to come in really quickly, so we didn't go through them yet. We were going to though.
Bear, I want you to roll a deception check.
I give him inspiration because I'm kind of helping him. Can I give him like a bardic inspiration?
It's gonna make some noise when you do that.
I am a noisy person. Don't care.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait,
You have a D8 that you can add.
I'm adding it. Yes. All right, that is 18.
Okay. He will. Okay. So, he kind of like looks at you side-eyed for a second, and as he's picked up a sword, and kind of looks it over and then tosses it, and he's like, another treasure chest, you say, huh?
Yep.
And you just wanting to give it to me out of the goodness of your heart, huh? You just
Well,
don't have any
obviously.
interest in a bunch of money and goods and everything. You just want to offer it to me, huh?
Well, there's 2, so like you
You
could
just
have
like me that much there, big boy.
you could have one, and we could have the other. I mean, we did kill the dragon, so I just feel like really we're just being super nice right now. You're kind of being a jerk about this, honestly, Kotok. Whatever.
Oh, no. Of course not. I tell you what, though, with a dragon horde, the treasure and everything, I think that the men outside deserve some of that treasure. So I think those chests should go to them. So why don't we go tell them about it and let them go get their fill? Yeah.
Sure. Yep. All right. Okay. Yep. No, it's good thinking.
You dumb shit. I'm gonna murder those poor kids.
I'm gonna go to like Stoic or whatever. I'm gonna be like, maybe we should go kill the mimics first.
That might be right, but I think we just need to go tell the soldiers not to touch him before they get into the room.
One is
word.
bond to be like Bear and touch it anyways. Like they're bond to it. They're wearing armor and stuff. Like.
Well, this conversation is happening. I go over to Valen.
Okay.
And I just want to stand next to him and not look at him. Just like stand next to him.
Are you okay, Asura?
No.
It's been an eventful couple of days. I think I've had a realization that I feel the need to apologize. Like I let you down.
I was the one who let all of you down. I'm sorry.
It really is okay.
I did a bad thing.
We all make choices, and we all have to live with the consequences of those choices, but our mistakes aren't the ones that define us. We can make better choices. Our next choice can be the better choice, and then the next choice after that, and the next after that.
I can't promise I will always make the best choice.
Nor would I ask you to.
Do you think I'm a monster now?
No.
Asura holds his hand.
Just stand there and hold her hand as well.
Thank you.
Just nod and kind of stand in silence with her.
Right. So you two lovebirds are.
Break hands quickly. I'm so sorry. What did you say, Kotok?
If you two lovebirds are done over there, I think I've seen what I need to see. You want to head out?
Sure. Although you did miss all the fun.
I had plenty of fun myself, I think.
It looks it.
Yeah, it's a good look, don't you think?
Red is your color.
All right. Well, if you blokes are done mutilating and, doing all the horrible stuff that you all do, let's get going.
As I walk by Otha, I'm going to give her a wink.
She doesn't respond.
It's okay. She knows.
Stoic's going to meander so that he's not walking in front of Kotok.
He, hold on a second. So he notices this and kind of like gives you this kind of side-eyed grin. It's like, oh, what's the matter there, Orky? A bit nervous?
Nope. Just don't want to walk that close to the stench.
Right, yeah, of course.
Did you just call him Orky?
Yeah.
I feel like that's a slur. I don't know if it is, but I feel like it is.
I mean, at this point, is that surprise coming from Kotok?
Listen, I'm pretty
No.
sure that is not language we're allowed to use on streams.
If it is, it's way over Stoic's head, so don't worry about it.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't approve of it.
Mm-hmm.
I won't have it on my stream. Nope.
So he leads you, he just walks to the front and doesn't look back. Like he just, with Otha close behind him, and back through that tunnel, the one that Bear was in a while ago, and it just kind of follows out, and you see a couple of different rooms it opens up into, that just seem to have, like, one has like sort of a long dining table type situation. Another one just seems to be mostly empty, with a couple of training dummies set up on one end. But then he leads you out through a kind of large wooden door that opens out into kind of the main yard of this fort, where it opens up and you can see it's a fairly sizable yard surrounded by log, basically a log wall that's not completely finished. Like there are missing pieces here and there. Some of the logs are old, some of them look to be brand new, and then of course some of them are missing. And so it looks like they're just in progress of rebuilding the fort. And you see a lot of just kind of blood all over the dirt in spatters. You see bodies that the soldiers are kind of dragging over to a specific area from both sides. But you also see a group of what looks like the bandits knelt and bound over to the right, with a number of guards around, a number of Greenwood's men around them. It just looks like they're kind of in process of cleaning up and kind of taking care of things after the battle. As you walk out, the captain walks up to you guys and he says, "Glad to see you all alive. I guess Mahlyrssig dead then?"
Right here.
You see his eyes widen. Hold on, he's like, Mahlyrssig was.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Sure was.
Might want to check your sources of information next time.
Should have seen our face.
Yeah.
Oh God! If I had known, I would not have sent you in by yourself. I would have sent men with you. I'm sure Greenwood would have sent more men if he had known. I'm so glad you're alive. Well done.
Thank you.
And at that moment, Kotok says, "Oh yeah, kill them, mutilate them, which is what they do, by the way. It also gets better. There's still some treasure and whatnot back there that your men can take and split up and everything.
Yeah.
There's another tunnel with a couple more chests that y'all definitely go check out.
Can
I stealth
the captain,
and
wait,
message?
Wait. Can Captain Ensure see me, but can Captain Ensure see my eyes, but can Kotok not see my eyes? The angle.
I mean, you're kind of like gathered around him. He could probably see at least one eye. Is.
Never mind. Bard, you.
I'll say, but we can go with you, or like me and Stoic can go with you to show you where it is. To the captain.
Yeah, see, these blokes, out of the goodness of their heart, just wanted to make sure that your men were well rewarded. So, you can go take that and split it up for the men and their families.
Yep. That's. Mm-hmm.
Can I try to stealth? Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I know Kotok looks bloody, like battle bloody, but how does he look? Basically, I want to get an idea of how does he look like he's taken a few hits.
Do a perception check.
Perception. Please let me roll well for this one.
Just for point of clearance, Stoic wouldn't have walked up with the group.
It's a total 21.
Okay. Well, he's got a cut on his eyebrow, like maybe a bruise on a few bruises on his arms, that sort of thing. Nothing like life-threatening, okay. But it does look like he's taken some hits, but he's okay.
But he's high on PCP.
More than likely.
Actually, at the moment, he doesn't have that kind of wild look or that just kind of craziness that you saw in the other battle. He seems to be kind of his normal self.
Yeah, Fran, I'm throwing it to you.
Yeah, go for it.
What?
What you're gonna do? I know you're gonna do something.
I just wanted to, stealth, probably go down and try to tie back my shoe and fake with my instrument or whatever, and use the wire in my little bracelet and try to point at the captain and send a message.
Do a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand or stealth?
Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand.
Uh-oh.
Come on, come on, come on.
18.
18.
What do you say to the captain?
I say, don't go. Was a prank for Kotok. Didn't take it. It's a voice in his like head, so like people shouldn't hear it.
So, in short, he's kind of like looking, and you see him just kind of like give just a moment of like this strange look as you talk to him or whatever. And he says, yeah, I'll send some men to take care of whatever's left, make sure everything's clear before we head out. We've got a bit of cleaning up to do and everything before we can go anyway. But I'll make sure to send enough men to make sure it's all safe and cleared out. And you see Kotok kind of just slightly narrow his eyes at the captain for a minute. But the captain then goes off to give orders to some men and everything, and Kotok just kind of like turns pointedly to the group and is like, right then, we done playing games?
I thought the party was over.
Oh, love, I'm always down to party.
I got cards in my bag. That's pretty much it.
Not too bright, are you?
Well, my hair color is pretty bright. Like, especially when you get like a good angle with the sun, and you know you have like that golden hour. That's where like the show is like the best to announce because I'm literally like a flare.
Yeah, you can shut up. You know, it's you guys are, I mean, slaying a dragon and all's impressive and everything, but you're just a blunt instrument. And, glad we don't really have to do business anymore, I don't think, after we get back.
Don't worry, pleasure's all ours.
Well, I'm sure. Anyway, I guess we'll just sit here and wait for them to get their act together. And he just turns and walks off toward the imprisoned bandits, the bound bandits.
Stoic wouldn't have walked up with the group, because if we would have walked out and seen all the injured people, I would have beelined it to go administer aid to both sides.
Okay.
No spells, but just with basic first aid.
Okay.
I actually think Val would probably have joined you on that one.
I'm gonna go after Kotok. I'm gonna walk with him.
Okay. So he walks, and you just see him just kind of start kind of taunting and messing with the prisoners. And, just kind of like poking them and, you know, causing them mild amounts of pain and that sort of thing. And you can see the soldiers are don't like this, but they also don't want to cross him. And they're also casting Where He Looks at You.
I'm going to turn my eyes red and like at them.
You see them kind of jump a little bit and look at each other nervously.
And then I'm just gonna watch Kotok do what he's doing.
Okay. So as this, you know, kind of continues, it's probably a few hours before the, you know, because the army has to like kind of regroup and debrief on everything that happened, and he's, you know, they have to make sure they get whatever is remaining in the you know, from the lair and all that kind of stuff, and they basically decide to leave the other treasure room alone.
Mm-hmm.
But they finally look like they get ready, and Incher says that he's going to leave a small detachment behind just to make sure, just to take care of any that might trickle in that might be out on patrol or something of that nature. Not to leave a bandit, encampment just abandoned for the moment. But he says, they're ready to start heading back.
I'm gonna find a supply wagon, put the dragon head on the wagon, kind of wrap it up in a canvas or a blanket, whatever I can find, and just so I don't have to carry it the whole way.
Okay. You see the kind of the soldiers kind of in charge of the wagon kind of look at each other, but they don't say anything.
I'll look at them and be like, I don't know you guys, but that's our head. All right? That is awesome.
Of course, yeah.
All right.
Don't touch it.
You got me. It's our head. All right. Thank you. I'll walk off.
Give him the crazy eyes, Bear. Give him
I'll turn back. No.
Bless. Sweet
So are we
baby.
heading back with the entire army?
Well, like I said, a detachment stayed behind, but they basically string the prisoners together with a rope, to make them walk, kind of in a train, and but they're leaving about 10 behind. They lost around 10, so you've got around 30 going back with you.
Okay. Is the captain coming with us, or is he staying?
He's going with you.
Okay.
Okay.
So as you guys make that kind of multi-day journey back, is there anything particular you're wanting to do while you travel?
I do.
So go ahead.
Well, it has you involved in it, Easy. I would like to kind of walk over to Easy as we're walking back and just be like, Easy, elves are older than they look, right? You're pretty old, aren't you?
I am flattered, Stoic. The age of an elf is always something to be prided of. I'm actually fairly young for an elf. Half elf, actually. Not even full elf. But I am the ripe age of 29.
Well, you seem to have a lot more worldly experience than I do. And
just take some time to get from Everwind down to Carandia from time to time.
well, I was hoping I could ask you something because I don't know who else to talk to. Have you ever been kissed?
There it is! There it is!
Well, Stoic, I'm not, an elf doesn't always kiss and tell, but it depends. How did this come about? Why did you ask me if I have been kissed? Has this happened to you recently?
Well, I've never been kissed before, and I don't know how it's supposed to work. But I think something happened, and I don't think that was how it was supposed to happen.
Well,
Like,
I mean,
what does it mean if a girl kisses you?
usually when a Fraulein fancies another,
We're getting
sure.
the fancy version of Birds and the Bees right now.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm basically trying to kill the birds and bees the best I can. You see, did you? I think that you didn't meet many Frauleins in the monastery, yeah?
No, none at all, actually.
You didn't have like nuns come over from time to time to visit?
Not in that way. I mean,
No, not that way. I'm just saying the nuns like come over and visit the. I don't know. That's what I hear. It's just word on the street. I would say that if you've been kissed, that usually means that they like you and one day want to be with you. tell you about that later if you want me to in more detail. But it requires some illustrations.
Well, from the books I've read, I thought the same thing. But what does it mean if they hit you first?
I'm seeing a lot of mixed messages. Are you sure this one likes you? Was this how? I mean, I
know
don't
why
know
I'm asking.
very well.
Like, I don't really know how to interact with women.
I mean, I don't know half orcs very well, but I know the orc race is a little more physical. They want to hit, and that's maybe a sign of affection. I
don't think I got that half.
I don't know. It depends on your preference. But yeah, I'd say that the Fraulein probably likes you, but doesn't know how to express it well. That'd be my insight on that one. But I could be wrong. I have been before, but I'd say, do you have feelings of the same towards this Fraulein that we are hypothetically talking about?
I don't know.
It's confusing time. It's confusing time for anyone to experience for the first time.
I had kind of a rough growing up and was abused a lot. So
I'm sorry.
Like I'm weary of being abused.
You could tell her to stop punching you.
Didn't necessarily dislike it.
Okay.
But I don't really know how I feel about it right now.
Okay. Well, I would say, some time to ponder it, meditate on it, you may have to tell this other Fraulein these things so there's less confusion. That's usually how it works fairly okay. Not all the time, but it works sometimes.
There can't possibly be more confusion. Good talk. And I kind of gingerly punch him on the shoulder.
Okay. Oh. I appreciate your sentiments, Stoic.
And I'm going to kind of slide back by myself, a little red.
Oh, yeah. So I'm going to try, let me see. In a standard adventures bet. Oh, yeah, this is good. I got it. I'm going to go ahead and take, I would like to take 6 of the dragon's teeth out and fashion like a small necklace for 1 piece of hemp rope for each one. Is that something I could do in relative short fashion?
Over the couple days of travel, for sure.
Okay, I like to do that. I like to make 6 dragon tooth necklaces, like 1 single tooth per necklace.
Okay. Yeah. You're able to kind of carve out kind of niches around the tooth to be able to.
Yeah, with a little dagger, just like
and
away at it.
Kind of like getting some thin, kind of thinner rope fashioned out of kind of leather, basically.
Yeah, I have like my mage hand also help me at the same time. So
yeah.
At the same time.
Doing it on horseback it takes longer for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's
like I said, you got a lot of time as you're traveling, so you're able to.
3 days journey. Okay.
Yeah, so
Cool.
6 dragon tooth necklaces.
Yeah.
Be sure to mark that off of the.
Yeah, from the 32. Yeah, I'm doing that right now. That's what I'll be doing.
You said that Otha trains at night, Doug. Is that right?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I thought you said someone was practicing fighting movements.
I don't remember, honestly.
Okay,
I don't think she does.
gotcha. Never mind then.
My question. So this is a couple of days travel journey, right?
Yeah.
So we all. I just want to make sure we're all getting long rest, benefits of a long rest in.
Oh,
Yeah. So get everything back.
Oh man, that feels good.
thank God.
Hey.
Oh.
I would see y'all's overlay on the stream, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
panic.
Yep, that extension's pretty nice.
Nice.
So you guys, otherwise, you just head back to Eldowyn, and it's a pretty uneventful journey. Kotok continues to tell loud stories, each of them disturbing in their own way, and
I'm just gonna continue to kind of be around to hear those stories and eat with him and not refute when he calls me whatever the fuck he wants to call me.
so on the last night, as everybody is kind of making camp and everything like that, Asura, you're walking through the camp and you pass a group of soldiers, and it's kind of in between the tents or whatever, so they're kind of you're kind of passing really close to each other. And as you kind of walk past this group, you feel something hit your hand, and you look as the soldiers just continue on their way, seemingly not noticing any or not doing anything. You look down and realize there's a piece of paper in your hand, and you look at it, and it says, "Tell him you want to see him at night sometime when you get back. Make up a reason. Destroy this." And you smell as you open the piece of paper, you get a distinct whiff of cinnamon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So can you read it to me again? You cut out for part of that sentence.
Tell him you want to see him at night sometime when you get back. Make up a reason. Destroy this.
Okay. Is there fires that are going off right now?
Yes, there's a few different fires as people are, kind of chilling as the evening is winding down here.
Okay, I'm just gonna go up to one and poke at it a little bit, like I'm helping it stay fancy, and then I'm gonna hand toss a piece of paper in it.
Okay.
Double O, Sora.
Uh-huh.
And then is it getting I want to find a time later towards the end of the night when he's at the height of his storytelling hoopla, and it looks like people are starting to wrap up for the evening.
Okay. Yeah, so you wait and wait for a time for him to kind of stop, as he kind of finishes wrapping up a story. To some, and the soldiers are never looking very comfortable as he's doing that, but they just kind of what are they going to do? And you see a few of them excuse them, they just kind of excuse themselves after the story and to head to bed. And it's just him and Otha at the fire.
I'm going to start to get up and get myself ready for bed. It was a pleasure meeting both of you. Thank you so much for the information, for learning new tricks. I hope I have the opportunity to grab a drink with you sometime in the future.
Yeah. Well, of course, anytime. And you ever want to make some real money or have some real fun, I think we could arrange that.
Perhaps we can meet up sometime next week in the city. Drinks are on me.
Yeah, well, that sounds good. Sounds good.
Thank you.
Where will I find you?
What's the name of that tavern? The first tavern where we all met?
Old Gobs.
Old Gobs.
Old Gobs. Well, how about we meet at Old Gobs?
Oh, that place is dreary.
Do you know of a better one?
Well, I'll tell you what. You can just come to my place, and we'll have some fun.
Sounds good. Where shall I find you?
Yeah. So there's a warehouse. It's the oil warehouse. You can ask around. Most people know what it is. But if you go around back, there's an alleyway. Goes down sort of behind it, and you'll see some really large crates back there. And you're gonna want to go behind it, and there's an entrance there, so you're going to go through that, and you're going to find yourself in a room with several doors, and you're going to go, there's a bunch of rooms like that, and you're going to want to go right, and then right again, and then left, and love, you're not going to want to go through any of the other doors. Not going to be a good time for you. But you do all that. Then you, once you get to that door, you say, I'm here for all the money, and then you'll be able to get in and see me.
That is the most unusual way to live, but I do not judge other people's lives.
Well, you still got a lot to learn about what it takes to become the big boss, and the kind of precautions you got to take.
That I do.
You guys are you're like a blunt sword, you know. You're not especially some of your lot. There's they're kind of stupid. So if they don't really understand the game they're playing. So you want to ditch them and come join someone that's got some brains. We're happy to have another artist in our midst.
Well, thank you. I do appreciate that. And I want to look over at Otha, and I want to see if she shows any sign that what he told me was false. Or is it fake?
Roll an insight check.
What is my insight?
Nice.
I know. Please be good. Please be good.
13.
13.
Okay. She's pretty passive, like she's pretty kind of guarded and expressionless most of the time. So it's kind of hard to read her in general. I mean, you don't get any impression or any sort of looks that indicate any sort of deception, but it is kind of hard to tell. Yeah.
Okay. Well, good night to the both of you.
Yeah, and you don't need to be so formal and polite, have a drink or something. Chill out.
I shall do that.
Right. He downs the rest of his drink and tosses the cup into the woods, and then gets up and going to get some rest. And he just walks off.
Is Otha still there, or does she walk with him?
She walks with him.
Okay.
Pretty much always right by his side. Okay. So as you guys finish that, and the next day you travel most of the day, and as the sun's setting, you arrive back at Eldowyn, going to the gates, and Captain Insure thanks you again, and just like I'm not sure what we would have done, honestly, if we hadn't had you. You guys are quite a formidable lot, and well, I don't know if we would have been able to take his army and a dragon by ourselves. So we all owe you, and just thank you. And he looks at Stoic pointedly and says, "Thank you for your patience in dealing with a very undesirable fellow."
Just make sure you let Lord Greenwood know what has taken place and our feelings towards Kotok. We would rather not be put in that predicament again if we don't have to.
Nor I. I will certainly give him a full report. Good night, and I hope the gods are good to you.
And thank you. And in your report to Lord Greenwood, you know, we didn't really find much in that cavern but mimics. And if he felt inclined to, I know he is giving us a place to stay, but the city's expensive. And if he could find it in his heart to have a job bonus, it would help us out greatly.
Of course, yes. I had assumed you had made arrangements with him, but I will be sure to be generous with my report of you.
Thank you.
And he is a fair man, so I imagine he will reward you accordingly. I wish you all well.
Gotta make sure I grab the dragon head before he takes off.
Yeah.
That shit must smell.
Yeah. Can I tap Lord the Captain Enter on the arm before he leaves?
Yes.
Your men are scared of me. As they should be. I have done terrible things. I don't expect you to hide these things in your report. But I did it for something greater. And I am sorry for what I have done.
Well, there have been rumors, that's for certain. And he thinks he's silent for kind of obviously in thought for a little while before he says, war is never pretty. And I think we've all done things that we would rather not have done. War is hell.
I have lived in hell. War is worse.
I don't know if I can properly judge someone who's willing to take up a sword at my side.
Thank you.
He just nods and turns and leaves. As he does, you see another shorter figure step up and recognize the kind of short stature, clean-cut, goateed figure of Rollo.
Oh, Rollo!
He says, "Good evening, masters and mistresses. My employer wishes to speak with you."
Of course she does.
Yep.
Of course she does.
Evan?
What's going on?
Can it wait? You mean like right now? Or right now later?
He is waiting.
So
Might as well.
we should go now.
Yes, might as well
Yeah.
do this.
Does that include me or exclude me?
Yes, that. Of course, you can join us.
Can or have to? Those are like I was chilling with the army and I got tagged along in the smaller group and now I don't know where I'm supposed to go. I'm gonna be really honest here. You know, like I pulled the small straw because I had to fight a dragon.
Teacher forgot to put you in a Zoom group. Now you're just like, where do I go?
It's like, we said we split team, but which team?
I believe my employer would like to hear your debrief.
Ah, he wants the story. That's cool. I'm good at stories. Let's go.
So he turns and leads you, through the city and kind of skirting toward the middle of the city and then curving north around the Leaf District, making his way towards all the way to the northern wall, and leads you past a couple of men and with kind of hoods pulled up and everything who nod at him as he goes into a small door in the wall, which opens into what looks like a spiral staircase going up. And he leads you up this staircase quite a bit, and then comes out to where it kind of levels out a little bit with another door, and it looks like a kind of a walkway going across this kind of circular tower with doors on either side. And he leads you through one of the doors, and you find yourself now out on top of the wall to the city. And it looks like it's, kind of a pathway down this pathway down this wall with ramparts on either side. And they're standing at the far end, near kind of another. It looks like basically you're walking out of what looks like a little tower that's kind of periodically spaced out all throughout the wall. You're walking out of one, and there, close to the entrance to the next one, further down the wall, you see the figure of the now familiar figure of Hedressa, wearing her kind of dark charcoal gray, tight-fitting jacket and pants with tall leather boots, as she stands with her arms crossed, with her kind of stylish hat and long, kind of curly black hair. You see, as she's got her arms crossed, standing, looking out towards the north, looking out over the wall, with one hip just kind of slightly to the side as she's, sort of standing there casually. As you guys approach, she says, "It would seem we have much to discuss." And we're going to take a break.
Of course we are.
Yeah.
Of course we are. I was like, this feels like deja vu.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I did not prepare the spell, but I really wanted to have daylight ready. So when we walked into her office, I could be like, "Lights on!
Lights on!
Clap on.
Flip off.
Holy Nova!"
Oh man.
All right. So, guys, Eldowyn, but we're going to take about a 10-minute break.
Yep.
Yep.
We'll see you.
Ooh.
Done now."
Ding, 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 ding.
Welcome to the paint party, yeah.
Isn't it?
We got the paints. We need the paint holders.
So you can use the plates. You want to use these mainly just for like mixing colors because it's a little bit easier.
Just dab it off of the cardboard.
Yeah, it's
10-4.
no big deal. Or I have some cups that I brought extra cups for that and for cleaning. And the good stuff,
Mineral spirits.
which we'll have to get a cup of that to clean off brushes. We'll probably want paper towels for everybody too. If I can use my Jedi mind powers. Alright, can you get the cups?
Chicken out of cups.
Peanut.
Today's Barnes.
Mr. Walkway, leave me to the building. Fuck you. I'm literally using your sister's art as my reference guide.
Oh yeah.
Because
Nice.
she killed it. She
Yeah.
killed it.
Speed.
For speed, that's amazing.
I don't know. Try that one. Oh.
Are you kidding me?
I didn't do it.
What just happened?
This is why we can't have nice things.
Jeb is the reason we can have those things. Absolutely.
So is the reason we need the cardboard.
That's dude. That's what I was paranoid about.
I've been splattered.
I came prepared.
How about that?
I was not prepared.
I'm gonna keep this over here on the adult side because
I like how on the adult side suddenly.
Wait a minute. How did that happen?
I think you want to reassess who's an adult here.
that is probably more dangerous to this table than the paint.
What is?
The thinner.
Oh yeah.
Because the paint you can just wipe right off as long as it doesn't dry. The thinner will
Take off
take the
everything.
finish. So the other thing is, guys, don't try to cover it in one coat.
Oh yeah.
Just expect you're gonna have to do at least 3.
Okay.
But really, there's nothing like you can't mess it up.
Okay.
So
Hey,
You
watch me.
Challenge accepted.
That's
need
already
like a-
happened, Danny.
I need like a crimson red.
well, the crimson red. And also with the washes, whatever, go a shade lighter than you're gonna finish with. If you plan on using the poly shade, go 2 shades lighter because it's gonna darken up the color.
I was gonna do blue, crimson, and purple for the cloak.
We're all gonna be purple and love it.
I'm not. I'm gonna be.
I'm
You
blue.
gotta say I'm not purple.
I have blue all over me.
You're blue.
It appears that I blew myself.
I did not anticipate
So,
the bow staff being in the way when I designed him.
and you can use some of the bigger ones to like mix colors too and blab them on. These ones I bought specifically for dry brushing later for the detail.
More texture on it.
Because you want these big fat ones, and I might even cut them down with scissors to make it shorter, and then you just barely get any paint, wipe it off, and just like.
Oh.
Bro, I used to paint for a living, not like this.
Wait, what did you paint for a living?
I was a house painter for a couple of years, but that was after I stopped working. I was a government contractor and I painted aircraft and like meth generators, and so I can do like actual auto body paint, and then I can as well do like faux finishes and latex paint and stuff like that.
Awesome.
Wait, so you can do Autobots and Decepticon paints?
That's all I heard.
I can do atomized and airless paints if you want to get really specific, and stains and.
Sounds like it was a transformative experience.
So hop on to happyactionfuntime.com and contact us today. Do you need
Tune into
auto?
the Everwind Chronicles for jokes like these.
Keep you in state.
Top shelf.
I have learned to be invisible. Invisible to those who have something I need or want. Invisible to the guards. Invisible to my enemies. I have even accomplished something no thief before me has. I have become invisible to myself, for I cannot bear to look at my own reflection. But is this all there is to me? Is my invisibility simply matching the hollowness I feel inside? I have to know who I am. I have to know if redemption is possible. So I will use all my power to seek that which terrifies me the most. To truly be seen. And perhaps along the way, slit a few throats of those who do not deserve to be seen.
All right, welcome back. Hopefully you guys are all have fresh drinks and empty bladders and and ready to go for part 2.
All right.
So, as you guys had returned from the mission, returned back to Eldowyn and bid goodbye to the captain as well as Kotok and everybody else. You are summoned to a meeting with Hedressa, which you then follow Rollo up to the top of the north wall of the city, where you see her standing, some distance, not toward the middle of the wall, but closer towards the other tower, as that you guys are kind of in between. And you also notice as you approach that the doorway to the other tower is open, but seems to be completely dark. And so, as she stands there, which Loppe, I guess, is the first time you're seeing her. This is
very dramatic.
Yeah, a woman of very. She's kind of poorly lit in torchlight, as there are torches kind of sparsely interspersed in this along this wall. you see this woman who kind of holds herself with kind of a confidence and grace, and she's got slightly darker skin, with long black hair, that it's curly, but not like small curls and not like full hoop type curls, but like just kind of almost spirally, if that makes sense. I don't know how to describe hair all that well, but
listen,
Fluffy.
is it a 2B? Is it a 3A? What's the curl pattern here?
What?
We need to know.
Curl patterns
need
have
to know.
numbers and letters. Come on now.
somewhere in the middle.
Oh, a 3F. Yeah.
Totally. So altogether, and as she's looking out, you kind of see the just the one eye basically. But as she's looking out at there, you notice her eyes are silver, almost unnaturally silver. Not completely like mirror-like, but they're just they're kind of odd and very piercing. Even when she's not looking at you, it's almost like she's looking off in the distance, and you almost feel sad for the distance. It's like
All right.
impression that she's seeing something, out there, and seeing right through it. And
That seagull just died all the way over there.
She just kind of holds herself with this intentionality that is so intense that it's almost disturbing. Like it's almost off-putting. It's just not natural.
I feel real comfortable.
Go from Kotok to Hedressa. That's
as she says that, as you guys approach, and she turns slightly to kind of look at you guys, and she kind of looks each of you up and down. And, you guys have been through this before, but it still doesn't feel all that comfortable examined like this, and it's almost like she's taking in. You don't know for sure, but she's just reading what's happened almost. Like it's hard to pinpoint exactly what she's doing, but she's like looking you over thoroughly, taking a little bit extra time on Loppe. When she makes eye contact with you at the end, it's very discomforting, because it's like intense eye contact. It is like she is piercing your soul type of gaze. But then she breaks her gaze and looks back at Asura and holds your eyes for a good 10 seconds.
Uncomfortable.
I stare right back. I don't look away and I don't blink.
After that long eternity of a gaze, 10 seconds, she holds her hand up and just goes like this to you, and turns and walks towards the other entrance.
I follow.
What was that? Who is this? Why? Why did I get dragged with you guys? What is this?
I have no idea, and I think I'm with you. It's been a long week. I don't know if I have the patience for this shit anymore.
Ooh.
Like,
I'm kind of with you on this one, Stoic.
I'm sad I didn't get to hear Stoic curse.
It is quite curious, yeah. I'm trying to figure out the puzzle here. Yeah, I don't know.
Is this a puzzle to solve? Can you just not present yourself?
You can, but chances are this is Hedressa, and she knows things that she shouldn't know pretty much at all.
All right, so what you're telling me, I'm going to stop you right there. What you are telling me is that I shouldn't be here. I don't need knowledge that I don't have, but that I don't need to be part of.
Look, she already knows who you are. I can go ahead and tell you that. It's just she knew us before we met her, and she knew stuff about us she shouldn't have known. So she knows who you are. She knows all about you. She probably knows things that you don't even know about you.
Mm.
You're real reassuring.
That's my job.
One thing I wanted to know is for the world to know that apricot is the best jam. Like, this is something I should be the one giving away. Like, not someone taking that information from me.
Yeah. Welcome to Hedressa. That is what that is. She takes
No,
the information.
not welcome. Not welcome. Not fun.
No, not fun. Not fun at all.
No.
Can I look around? Or are we? Who else is in the room besides Hedressa that we can see?
But it's not a room. You're like you're on the outside. Like you're on the top of the wall.
Oh, okay.
Like in between the two towers that are kind of spaced out periodically on the wall.
Okay.
You are.
I feel like we're mixing our sci-fi genre or fantasy genres right now.
Yeah. No. Do we still have the dark? Is it still like dark around the area?
Well,
every time we've run into her.
Yeah, the sun is set. Like this is nighttime. Like you guys are out as the sun was setting, and so by the time you are up here, it's nighttime.
Okay.
So you're now, like I said, there's torchlight. There's a couple of torches spaced out along the top of this wall, kind of faintly lighting things. But as far as you can tell, you don't see anybody else besides
Rolo and Hedressa.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I cast Detect Magic?
Sure. And you can also roll a perception check. I mean, that's.
Well, I just wanted to see who was around. I kind of want to cast magic just to make sure if there's like a silent spell. I just want to know if there's any environmental spells around us.
Okay.
Which Detect Magic should give me. But it's only 30 feet. But it does stay up for 10 minutes, so.
Okay. Let me double check something here.
Was it just me and Hedressa that walked in?
I need to check something real quick. I'm looking.
Whoops.
Also, BT dubs, the Discord like threads that are popping up right now are making my heart happy.
Really?
Yeah, all the memes that came out like when we were doing Easy's story, the don't touch the fluids.
Don't disturb the fluids. The fluids.
The same day I saw that little picture where it started all on fire, child. I was like, oh no.
Humanity.
I was like, it's perfect.
The image in Discord's from Cyn Watson, so
yes.
And
who is our original artwork extraordinary.
Yeah,
casual
really
shout out, NBD.
No big deal.
All right. So you cast Detect Magic, and as you reach out with this, sense the presence, 30 feet, I guess would include her, just barely. You don't. It's not quite far enough to see, like to reach the like other doorway. But you do get, and of course, most of the rest of the wall area that you're on. Let's see.
What do I see?
I spy with my little eye something blue.
Don't start. You're already going to have Fiefel's song stuck in my head for the rest of the night.
You're welcome.
So you see, so the way Detect Magic works is when you're reaching out with this particular spell and sensing things, with a creature or object that has magic, you basically get an aura, and you can tell what kind of magic it is.
Yeah.
And so around your vicinity, you don't see anything. When you reach out to her, to Hedressa, well, I guess I should say you do see, a few of you have magical items.
Sure.
That. But you also, when you reach out to her, you see a spectrum of magics around her. It's
transmutative, like what kind of
it, if I'm looking correctly, like this is, you're seeing kind of a little bit of everything, honestly.
Okay.
Jesus.
You're
Okay.
seeing a lot
Good
of
to know.
at once.
Good to know.
She's out of our league.
So, Hedressa,
Well, visually, we could have all known that.
Yeah.
so Hedressa walks Asura over to the close by the other door, and Asura, as you approach this door, you see that normally when you approach kind of a dark doorway, you get closer and you can see further into it. As you can see better. That's not the case with this doorway. It reminds you very much like the shadows of the first room you ever met her in, as well as the wall that she was sitting in front of when you met her under the city by the water. Just seems to be sort of an impenetrable darkness. And as she stops right by the doorway and turns to you, she says, "Tell me."
I'm just going to recount the events of what happened. The stories he told me, things he said, things I did. And then I'm going to end the story with what he told me, what I was going to hook up with him next week at the oil warehouse. And I talk about the alleyway with the large crate and the entrance and the right, left. Don't go to any other doors. And that I'm here for all the money. And that I'm worried that it might be a trap.
And you tell her about what you did and everything, right?
I tell her everything.
So she takes this in, and you can just, as always, it's like you can just see the wheels constantly turning, even behind like a kind of stoic expression and these piercing eyes, you can just tell she's always thinking. And she regards you again for a while before answering and says, "So you succeeded in your mission."
I don't know how much he realized. He was very observant. He could tell when people were deceiving him. But he did not seem to lie when he spoke. But he is truly psychotic. And I hated what you made me do.
What he made you do?
What you made me do. I would not have done those things if my job was not to be friends with him. You should have warned me he was this type of man.
Her eyes kind of narrow just slightly as she's regarding you. She says, "Long ago, there was a noble who watched over lands with many peasants. The noble was righteous and pure, a man of true discipline. He had risen to power through noble deeds as a paladin, and even as a noble, he still wore his paladin armor with pride and cleaned it daily in honor to his god. Then the rain seasons came, and the rains were especially hard that year, and began to flood. As he traveled from one place to another, a peasant ran up to him and crying out for his help because a villager had been caught in a river current. The paladin noble immediately followed to the river swollen with floodwaters. and saw a woman crying out for help as she clutched desperately onto a branch lodged in the riverbed. Now the river was flooded, and so she was mere feet from shallow waters, yet the shallow water was thick with mud. The noble paladin hesitated, for plunging into that water would surely mean that his holy symbols and armor dedicated to his god would become covered in the mud and possibly ruin parts of it. He did not hesitate long, but it mattered not. The branch broke, and the woman was swept away down the river. There are those who hold to the letter of the law, to the highest of ideals, and perhaps they should be admired. But the world is full of mud. And in order to get something done, there must be those who are willing to set aside that which matters less for that which matters more, and plunge into the mud. A man like Kotok is easily underestimated, and would not have been able to rise to his position without the ability to discern truth. Simply buying him a drink or sweet-talking him would not have impressed him. He would have needed something more persuasive. You have accomplished this. And I hold no judgment for methodology, only for failure. But you did not fail. You did what you had to do. And there is no shame in this.
Nonetheless, the mud weighs you down over time. And I will be heavy for a very long time for what I have done.
She breaks her gaze and looks back out over the wall again and says, "It is a heavy burden, the mud. But if we do not bear it, others suffocate under it." You made one mistake, however. You did not negotiate a price with me. You took my mission without a promise of anything in return. Why?
I was not trained to question when a mission was given. I did blindly follow as I was told, as I was taught to do. I will not make that mistake again.
Good. Let me tell you why you struggle. Heroes fight for good, priests and paladins for their gods, many for power, for money, for fame. But you are no hero, no priest. In truth, you do not yet know why you fight, and so you are limited. The darkness you face is only overwhelming if the reason why is unclear or not strong enough for what you face. Your reason, your why, is what gives you the strength to do what must be done. Without it, you will remain the weak, disowned orphan in the sand. I do not need to know if you are an orphan. I can read it on you. You bear the self-protective distrust perfectly balanced with the overwhelming longing for family that is inherent in every orphan who survives. You wish to be strong, if you wish to face the darkness inside of you and outside of you, find your why.
I will think on this.
Good. Come. And she walks you back over to the group. And kind of looks you guys over again until her gaze falls on Calliope. And she says, I am hearing the most interesting rumors about you.
Oh no. Will I make her break in laughter? That's my goal. Good or bad rumors?
Is it true that you know this Belladonna and Mahlyrssig?
Yes. Was that the good answer?
Why are you here?
So one day, I left my village to just to see the world and everything. So I embarked on my journey, got friend with people in a bar, and then we were like a bard troupe, and then we started traveling, and it was very fun for a very long time, and I made good friends, and it was like Belladonna and I forget his name all the time. Where is he?
Vander.
Yeah, because it looks like Valen so much. And then they were in that troupe, and we were friends, and we traveled for a very long time, and we did like shows, like light shows, and she did acting and blah blah blah. And then one day they disappeared. Do I have to go through that whole story again? I will take it as a yes. And so one day.
But it does not have to be this moment. Do you know what they are now?
They've told me? Like, not my friend did told me. I mean, they told me that they were maybe not what they were before.
Have they told you what she has done?
They told me she was maybe a necromancer. That's all I know.
I do not think you have been told the entire story, or what this Belladonna has been willing to do for the lives, the innocent lives that have fallen under her hand. Perhaps I'm not ready for that, but in truth it matters not. I will speak on this further with you. This Vander continues to wreak havoc on the countryside. She's now kind of speaking to all of you.
Okay.
Do you have any specifics?
He seems to be moving quickly, striking and then leaving, playing mind games with villagers, robbing things, murdering, leaving messages. It would seem to most and to the rulers of this land the erratic actions of a madman. But if one is capable, one can recognize the pattern. He is stirring up fear. If he is a bard, as you say, it is appropriately theatrical.
Where was the last time he was seen? Maybe, like, we could go? I mean, I'd like to go.
We can speak of this in private.
Oh. Like, just you and me in a room?
And turns to the group again and just says, also, the rumors of the strange elf have stopped. It is
stopped.
Good job, Easy.
You mean citrus?
She nods. It is as though he has completely disappeared. This is not a good sign in my experience. But I will continue to look.
Will she be safe if we cannot find him?
She is safe.
Thank you.
Why are we here?
I second that question.
Oh, you didn't actually, you didn't send us on this mission. This was Greenwood's mission. Why have you called us here?
Yeah, she casts a sly look at Asura and says, there was a purpose. Asura knows this purpose, but I suppose it is up to you if she tells you or not.
Yeah, fat chance with that. She doesn't seem to want to tell us anything.
I'm gonna like turn on Stoic so fast. And just be like, I did this all for you. And then just whip around and like storm off.
Asura can keep her secrets, but if you're pulling our strings, if you're pulling one of our group's strings especially, I'd like to know.
She kind of regards you for a very long time as well. And Loppe, this is the first time you've experienced this as well, is that she doesn't seem to have any discomfort with silence. Like,
Yeah, well, Loppe has big discomfort with silence. She is not taking this whole thing well. She's not vibing. Mm-hmm. She's like, can I start playing like background music? Something, something.
Playing Strangers in the Night.
If you wish to know, there's another task that you can complete in exchange for that information.
Hold on a second. We have to earn. You're gonna continue to lie and pull our strings, and then if we're good enough, then you'll tell us why you're pulling our strings.
Kind of tilts her head slightly and says, "Have I lied?"
You haven't told the truth. The full truth is what I mean.
All the truth, yeah.
He hasn't said
and nothing
anything.
but the truth.
You can't handle it. Sorry.
She has said nothing.
There is much truth in this world. And all truth is valuable. And so I give truth to those who need to know it. Or those who pay for it.
We may look like scholars and cloak and dagger people, But in a lot of ways, we're not. At least I'm not. And it's been a long week. Either spit it out or go away. You call us out here in the middle of the night. We just got back from killing a freaking dragon. And you want to sit here and play games with us. Take our friend off to the little corner, have your little powwow. Like, I don't care. If you need something, spit it out or we're gone. I don't have time for your head games.
I will do what I must with or without you. But if you wish to know the answers you seek, I am offering you the way to find out. But if you wish, I will leave and you will not see me again.
Could have just wrote us a letter instead of calling us out here in the middle of the night with riddles. I'm tired. I'm dirty. Tired. So what is this thing that you want us to do to get the next stage in your clue and your mystery?
Like, I need a clear bullet point plan.
Yes.
Please.
Yes.
Step by step, we'll just do it.
Tell me, priest, how did you feel about Kotok?
Like I wanted to kill him, and that's saying a lot from a priest.
There is nothing wrong with desiring justice.
Well, it wasn't necessarily justice that motivated me. It was the safety of others. And when I say others, I mean everyone that ever comes into contact with that man. He is a blight on this society.
In his possession, kept in his quarters, is a small leather book, akin to the one that you found in the dragon's lair, but this is his own. Another book of records. I wish to procure this book, and this book holds answers that you seek as well.
But there's no answers in the one we already have that you seem to know about.
I have not seen the book. I do not know.
Not so mighty now, are you?
Easy is like, ah, shit.
I'll say this. It seems that we've done a lot for you, Miss Hedressa. Now, Fraulein, tell me, who is the benefactor? Can you give us that just due to all of our efforts for serving your purpose?
Benefactor.
Yes. The benefactor was mentioned many times in this ledger. I'll hold it here, but not open. Goes back in the book. Good thing.
See? No, don't.
And what does it say about this benefactor?
It says that he was involved before Mahlyrssig came into leadership. Was heavily involved in the bandits before that time. All that we know about this ledger.
She again is just silent.
Loppe is going absolutely nuts. She is fidgeting with stuff. She's just like, I'm gonna start doing tambourine sound real quick.
Yeah, just go.
So you say he has this ledger in his quarters. How difficult is that to get into?
Extremely difficult until now. If Asura has succeeded in her mission, she already knows the way in.
What mission? Sora, you were on a mission?
Asura's not here. She stormed off.
Oh, she did storm off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
It's your fault too.
Yeah. You made her mad.
I don't think before I speak.
This is true.
Same.
If you wish to procure this, you already know the way in. She has the answer. And it would have been nearly impossible until then. But now she has the key. And the opportunity is there. And if you wish to hurt this Kotok, this is the way to do it. And you have two options. You can wait until he is gone and try to sneak in and procure it yourself. If you do this, you will have to ensure that no one sees you. Because if he sees you, if there is word, even the slightest rumor that points to you, I believe you can use your imagination as to what he will be willing to do in revenge. And most assuredly, you will know it will not simply be against you, but against anyone else that he can connect to you as someone you might even slightly care about. The second option carries a different kind of risk. You may enter and confront him and kill him. Or at least try. He is formidable himself, and he keeps with him formidable people, as you have already seen. So it will not be an easy fight, but the other consideration is that a man like Kotok rises to power not simply by making money or killing people, but by entrenching himself in a network of the different kinds of power in the city. If he falls, there may be unforeseen consequences.
So you're worried if we kill him, he'll just be replaced by somebody just as bad?
It is not easy to replace an assassinated leader of a criminal organization. It is a delicate thing to establish oneself as the leader of one of note. The Leather Hand is not a simple gang. In order to compete with the Smiling Men and the other gangs of power in the city, one must be clever, and one must make assurances. And if he is killed, there is no telling what assurances he has made, what vengeance may be already set up to happen. But more importantly, there will be a power vacuum within the Leather Hand and weakness seen by the other organizations. It will send the underground into chaos. Chaos can be useful, but can also carry risk of damaging more than just the underground. Yet still, if you believe Kotok to be an evil man, perhaps it is worth the justice inflicted upon him.
Pretty much like every other option we've had up to this point. Damned if we do, damned if we don't. It's a matter of just making a decision and going with it. And that's something we can... If we decide we're going to do this, we can obviously discuss what we want to do with that. I already have what I kind of want to do in mind, but...
Are you saying any of that out loud?
Yes, I'm saying that to the party.
Okay.
And she kind of looks pointedly at Bear and Stoic as well and says, life seems so simple, but when one plunges into it, it turns out to be so much more complex than you anticipate.
That's the first true thing you said all night.
Fist bump.
Fist.
I understand the complexity. I also understand that I'm not the most complex of thinkers. So I have to keep things simple. Bad guys fall.
We all have our gifts. And if you lack one gift does not make you useless.
Oh, I know. But thank you for saying so.
So before we go, if what you say is true, and Asura does know how to get in, do you have contacts and connections to get him out?
It's more difficult to force him in or out of a place than it is to simply observe his comings and goings. I can inform you. This I can do easily. But forcing him to do something else is a tricky matter. It carries higher risk.
But you'd at least be able to let us know when he's not there.
She nods.
I look at Valen and Bear and Easy. What do you guys think?
I really want to kill him. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm kind of there with you.
I don't know if that's something we can do, but I really want to take him down, or at least take him to the courts for justice of some kind.
Yeah. With all the strings he's got pulling, I doubt that he'd see justice.
That is a different kind of risk, but a real one. And I do not imagine him allowing himself to be taken alive. Unless he has a card up his sleeve where he does not feel threatened.
Learn something new that we didn't know before.
If you confront him, you may have to kill him. You must kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know anything else, like in terms of numbers? I know he's got Otha at his side. Do you know other bodyguards he might have?
He tends to rotate them out of lack of trust. So it is difficult. And there are hundreds of men in the Leather Hand.
So Otha will not stick around, most likely, what you're saying.
It is difficult to know for sure. Some stick around longer if he likes them. Some he kills. Others just simply rotate out.
Does someone in your line of work have access to certain poisons? Why do we have to take him out directly if there are other means?
Kotok is a paranoid man, and killing him without being there to procure the ledger immediately and flee would be a waste of time, because someone else would surely take it as well as anything else of value and disappear.
Well, I'm still thinking we go in for the ledger, but if you happen to have access to a poison that looks similar to the leaves that he breaks up to snort before battle, we may be able to swap that out as well when we go in for the book. So even if we don't confront him, he may be taken out at a later time by his own means.
The Ember. And so your proposal is to swap it out and he poisons himself at a later time, and you intend to stick with him for days, pretending to be his friend so that when he dies, you are ready?
No, we just take the book and swap his drugs and leave.
But the drugs you say he keeps on him.
I'm sure he's got a stash somewhere in the room. If we find the chance in the room, I would like to have the ability to kind of spike his stash if you have means to procure that.
It is possible. It would depend on how paranoid he is about things other than food and water. He has tasters for these other things, but I do not know if he has tasters for the Ember. It is very possible that some unlucky henchman would have to snort the batch first and would die then, and he would know he was betrayed.
Yeah, maybe it's not worth the risk.
Yeah.
This is also assuming you are not seen.
What I'm concerned about is his quarters. Are there any magical wards? How many Leatherhand or whatever will be around to see it, potentially see us? Is it ground level? Is it up high? I mean, all these details that will be key in planning what is essentially a heist.
He has set himself up in a series of catacomb-like rooms underground. The rooms have many doors, and there are many traps and wards against them. But there is a safe route if one knows the route. And if one knows the correct password, once one safely navigates these catacombs. This is the information that Sarah procured. You already have the way through. It is simply a matter of what you do once you are through the door.
As I'm for the heist. I'm for taking this book and I am not a fan of this man. I hesitate to even really call him a man. He is a monster. But to see him hurt in a different way than just through violence seems a more prudent direction to take.
Let's go do it.
That settles it, yeah.
So you wish to wait until he is gone and steal it? Or go confront him and kill him and take it from him?
Wait until he's gone and steal it. Is it?
I'm with Valen.
Yeah. I think that's smart.
We need to be more prepared. I want to take him down, but I don't want to rush into another unfair fight.
Can we get a nap first?
You will, it would not be prudent to go now, but I will let you know as soon as he is gone an anticipated length of time. Be ready.
We will be ready.
One last thing. A word of advice. Since some of you are self-proclaimed simple men, you slew the beast of Echlin, made yourself Duke Makers, rescued the abused children of Midreach. There is even a tale beginning to spread of a small group of miners rescued from a troll, with certain details left out, of course. And now one of the most coveted titles in legend is yours, Dragon Slayers. But still you are a group of mystery, and mystery leads to speculation. Are you heroes or assassins? Are you merely talented sellswords, or perhaps something more nefarious? Seen fraternizing with the leader of the Leather Hand, perhaps they represent a new criminal organization. Perhaps they are simply a member of Greenwood's Guard. But I assure you this, if you do not send a message to the world about who you are and what you want, the message will be sent for you. If you do not name yourselves, a name will be given to you. It was recently overheard a drunken patron of a bar referring to your group as the Devil's Sellswords. You begin to see my point.
Yeah, that's not our name.
That's not my name.
Definitely not sellswords.
Not our name.
Mystery is your intention. Mystery can be useful if you do not know how to wield it. Decide your message and shape it intentionally, or your reputation will take on a life of its own.
This is good advice. I believe we will take this into consideration and act accordingly.
She nods slightly and then turns to Calliope and says, "You and I must talk. I believe you will be useful."
Hold on. May I speak to you first in private, Hedressa?
She nods slightly and walks back over to by the doorway again.
Cool. Turn to the guys. Be right back. I'm gonna take more than a second.
Who's right next to me in the group?
Whoever you want to be next to.
I don't care. Whoever's on my side, I just grab by the collar and I'm like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? I don't know who's the victim. Fucking.
Easy. It's not that scary.
Clutching on the easy.
Oh, sorry. I totally spaced out. I didn't hear her say my name. My bad. Sorry. Fräulein, compose yourself.
Compose myself. Everyone's been so chill, so cool, but like honestly, not chill, not cool, not dealing with this. And she wants to talk one-on-one, and it's not like a cool date kind of deal, because I would be down for dates, but like that's not a date scenario.
No, she's gonna ask you some questions.
No.
And it's like a, it's like a Band-Aid. Yeah, you just gotta tell them really fast. It's really quick. It'd be the longest 10, 15 minutes of your life, but after that to be fine.
I feel like we've been standing here for an hour. I feel drained of energy. I feel uncomfortable. Anyone else is sweaty? Because holy shit. Like, we're on the top of a wall. There's supposed to be a nice breeze, but somehow I feel like I'm suffocating. I do not want to go in that dark corner like Bear went willingly.
You are a bard, yes?
Yeah?
Okay. So what do whenever they feel sad or anxious?
They do this, and I cast invisibility on myself. And I just go invisible.
I'm perplexed. I'm like, okay, I did not see that one coming, but...
That's the goal. You're not supposed to see me. I haven't moved. I just tell you.
So...
It's a pretty neat trick, though.
A great wizard once told me that if you want to not fear somebody, just imagine them naked. I don't know. I guess imagine Hedressa naked. I don't know. You do you.
I invisible walk behind him and start, braiding his hair and shit, and just like, yeah, but I don't stop. It's just an voice behind you. It's just like, imagining people naked is good thing if you're on a date with them, like I said. Like, get things going, get freaky, whatever, but like not the kind of person kind of tie it a little cute.
I would say this. I would say that the number one thing that Hedressa does is look deep into your own eyes, right? So go in there, hand over eyes. And she loses all her power, yeah? Maybe. I don't know. It was a theory I was wanting to try out myself, but I was too scared.
Do you want to try this? And I'm like back right in front of you. Like, do you want to try this before I have to go?
As the best wisdom I can give to you, I don't think she means any harm. Hedressa is scary, yeah, but I really do believe that she has motives that are relatively on the right track for what's good in this land. Now, that's my gut feeling. That could be wrong. However, I'd say that you could trust her. Doesn't feel good right now, but you probably should be able to I say 55% trust. The rest, I don't know. Mystery. So, are you willing to trust us, I should say, Fräulein, or do you trust our word?
I don't respond. And I'm invisible. I'm just gonna...
Well, I would say what bards do, right, is sing a song, all right? Or do some jig in, feel inspired. Why don't you give yourself some inspiration?
I have an hour of invisibility, so she's thinking. She's sitting
you
there.
went invisible again. You went invisible again, so I can't see you again.
You still can't see me. You could not see
I
me the entire time.
Popped up.
No. I was just very in front of your face, and I started talking.
Oh, gotcha. I'm waving around.
I'm gonna hide behind Valen.
All right. So as this is happening,
Still not there. Still just.
All right, Bear. So as this is happening, you're with Hedressa stops like just before that dark archway again.
I'm gonna just, before we speak, just gonna grab my holy symbol, kind of look up at the stars. There's a moon present. Look up at the moon. Just kind of gather my breath, and then face her again. As I've said, and as you may have noticed, I am not the brightest person. I know that, but I'm not stupid either. I don't know what you said to Asura. I don't know what kind of mission you sent her on. But as you just told us, you sent her on her own side mission. And I don't think it was very beneficial to us all. Obviously, I can't demand anything of Asura, can't tell her what to do. But all I'm saying is, if you have a mission for one of us separately, tell us all if you want to continue to work with this group.
Your protectiveness is endearing, but you do not fully trust me. Yet
No, I don't.
Need to trust you. I do not know you either. I do not know you individually or as a group. Asura received her mission as part of her journey. But it does not mean that you are entitled to everything in her life.
Correct. Don't intend to be.
And then,
I'm just saying, if you... you're right. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm curious, Paladin. How do you know what is beneficial or not at the moment? You see all the pieces on the board.
No.
Then you will have to decide who you trust. Do you trust Asura and even me? And act accordingly. You do not have to do business with me. As I said before, I offer you answers, but nothing is free. And I will deal with each of you individually if necessary.
If that's the way you do business, then...
How far along in your paladinship of the Silver Flame are you?
I have taken my oath. I'm still on the lower end, though. I'm a full Silver Flame, but I'm not high up in the chain of command just yet.
And you understand what the Silver Flame is?
I do.
And what they do?
Mm-hmm.
Find the ledger.
I appreciate your strategy. Well, sorry. I appreciate your goals. But a group works better when they work together. If the Silver Flames do not work together, if one Silver Flame is going after one thing that's opposed to what the other Paladin is doing, how would the Silver Flames do what they're supposed to do on this earth?
As I said before, I have said what I said, and you can decide if you take it as truth or not. You will have to decide for yourself what you do. I make no demands of you.
This is true.
And you decide if you take it or not. But I am saying, if you understand what your order is and what they do, find the ledger.
All right. We will do our best to find that lecture, but not for you, because it's the right thing to do.
I would expect nothing else from you.
While this conversation is happening, I just going to slowly come back up. Because it's been a while and no one's
The
come
walk
down.
of shame.
I'm just very curious because no one's come down since I stormed away. So.
And is Rollo with us, or is he?
We're all dead.
Off and nobody following you.
It's become a theme in my life, and I don't particularly care for it.
Not working out so well for you, huh?
It's not. I thought someone would at least follow me this time, but apparently storming off does not solve my problems.
Sorry, we had the Hedressa to do with.
Self-growth.
Yeah.
Rejoin the group.
Maybe.
Is Rollo with us, or did he wait somewhere else?
He stopped back at the doorway, like that you kind of came out and just kind of let you guys go out onto the wall. You get the impression, like, because he's always stayed at a distance or stayed outside the room. You just get the impression that he basically does his job, but understands that the meetings are always private, and so he just kind of keeps his distance.
I mean, this obviously isn't come a little bit later, but I know because of time and plus just because of what Bear just said, I think it's going to be hilarious. I would, as we're walking out, I will kind of lag behind and tell Rollo that I'd like to meet with Hedressa separately, and to I guess we can work out a way to make that happen. Meeting place, essentially.
Well, I mean, you could ask to talk to her real quick if you want.
No, I don't want anybody else to be there.
Okay.
That's why I said I think it's just great because of what Bear was just saying. I was like, I need to go ahead and say this. The timing.
Oh, that's funny.
Are you done with Hedressa?
Yeah, she's done. I'm gonna head back to the group.
Okay. So you walk back. You walk back to the group, and she walks into the archway, like into the dark. It's like disappears into the darkness of the doorway.
I'll look for Loppe, but I assume she's visible. I mean, invisible. Where?
Visible and hiding behind Valen very subtly.
Did she leave?
I was hoping to say goodbye to her.
Where'd she go?
I'm gonna be. I just want to prank everyone. I'm gonna be close to Valen's, like close to his face, but from behind. I'm gonna be. I'm still here.
So Rollo over to you guys, and Rollo says, I hope that your meeting was fruitful and good, and I will lead you back to your manor or wherever you wish to go. However, Miss Calliope, Hedressa would like to speak with you further. If you would please follow her.
I want to grab her by the hand before she can get too far away.
I undo the invisibility first.
Oh, that's right. That's why you're still invisible.
You're just like,
yep. I'm just like snatching out of the air.
Where are you?
Where are you?
Can I see her now?
Yeah, I dropped invisibility.
Okay, I want to grab you by the hand.
Yeah.
I wanted to thank you for your words and for taking care of my boys. Very much
boys?
appreciate it.
I mean, are they all your boys? And I whisper, ush, ush. Like, are they all your boys? Or have you shotgunned one? Or
Listen, not like that. I have come to care for each of them, for what they have and what they have for me. So I am thankful that you have kept them safe.
It's no problem. Okay.
I hope you enjoy your jacket.
I will. If I live another day.
We'll sing and dance well.
Oh, thanks.
Break a leg.
No, because I can't do my performance if I break a leg.
It's a good omen that I heard from a bard many years ago.
Well, that wasn't a very good bar now, was it?
No, but I hope it is a good omen.
Okay. Okay.
I let her go now.
Where do I meet you guys, or just like?
You saw where our house was.
Elder
Just
did
meet us
better.
back there.
Oh, the house. Okay. Did I see the house? Did I see the house?
That's where we met up with Rolo, isn't it? Like we
No,
just got there and he was
I think
waiting.
we just got to town.
As you came in town.
Yeah.
Oh crap!
She can give her directions.
All right.
We do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just writing, on my arm.
Yeah, just turn it down.
This.
Okay, cool. Okay. Bye.
Thank you, Loppe.
Before you go, Fräulein.
What?
Wait, is she
Do you
like,
have an
like
escape
gone?
plan?
Is she like gone before?
No, I'm not gone. I'm still there.
Okay, you're just gonna go to talk to Hedressa, right? And then come back?
No, we won't. We're asked to leave now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Won't see her again. At least not for now.
What is it?
Alright, I'll say it.
Do you
I'll
have
say
a
this.
plan?
One
Do you have
thing,
a plan?
I don't have a plan. Maybe this will help you a little bit though. And so, thinking about what Hedressa said about names and titles and all these things, I know not many of us have fancy titles or things we want to make titles, but in Vesperwind, elves tend to any feat that's been done or been a fellowship forged, there's always something to be given as gifts to tell of our appreciation for our fellow comrades. So, one thing that we will do. So what I have here, I pull out the 6 necklaces with a dragon's tooth on them. Each one of these has something etched on them.
Oh.
Each one of you.
Oh.
Go ahead, take one. I hand it over to Valen, and it's etched as one of the highest honors within elven kind is Degoldet, which means the patience. One who has great patience wields great power. So I hand it to you. To Valen. There's his dragon tooth necklace.
Thank you.
I go to Stoic. This one.
Thank you.
It's called. You're welcome. It's called De Starke, means great strength or thickness, which is a good thing for strong individuals like yourself. We pride you.
Thick.
Be thick.
Thick. There you go. That's what the term means in German, like thickness and strength, typically.
2 C's.
Like
2 C's.
Yep. 2 C's.
There you go. 2 C's. Give Stoic that one. I go over to Bear. I give him his. This one says Freundlicher Beschützer, which means kind protector. So there you go, to Bear, the kind protector. And I go over to
Hold it and kneel down and say, thank you.
Yes, much appreciated to you, Ba. I go over to Loppe and I give hers, and it says Mahlyrssig, which means great encourager. So there you go, the great encourager. And then
I can read Elfic, so I'm just gonna
I'm
gonna be like, I think you've made a mistake.
Oh no.
We have different dialects. It's okay. I want to make sure.
But it says something about courage, and I'm not sure that's the right one.
I never said I was a great scholar. I just said I was good. Etching something on a tooth. I don't know. And I'll give one to Asura, and this one says "vergeben," which means forgiven in Elvish.
Oh God!
Word. So I give one to her. It says "forgiven" on it, and I say, "Well, so one thing that we know about titles and things that Dragon Slayer, things like that, but one that we always tend to do in our Elvish kind is to give ourselves this title of something great that happened, and this one came to mind as soon as that Draken went down. It was Die Torheit des Dunklen Draken, which means the folly of the Dark Dragon. And so, if you want, I think we have a pretty good tendency to go into dangerous situations, but those who face us face certain folly. So we can be known as the Torhites or the Follies, or the Dark Dragon Follies. Either one is what I will personally reflect on, but that is just me and my token appreciation for everyone here. So go and do that. Maybe that's what will encourage you, Loppe. In the face of...
I have tears in my eyes. I put the necklace. What does yours say?
Oh. It just says dumb wizard on it.
I'll get close to easy. I'll take is and I'll start writing on it on Elvish as well. I'm gonna try to like modify it to be like particular and kind wizard.
Oh. Much obliged, Daga.
I'm gonna give you the biggest bear hug I can.
Oh. Because it's a bear hug.
Yep.
God, we're so gross.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, now I look so serious and so ready to face the situation. Yeah, I can't do this.
You can go get some inspiration there.
You can do it.
Yes, do it.
Just look even less composed than she was before, but she's like, okay, I'll go now, bye. Bear, you still owe me a fucking scarf. I'm going.
That is yours.
We're good.
Bye.
All right. So Loppe walks over and disappears into the darkness, following Hedressa as Rollo leads you guys back down the stairs and out back into the street, leading you back towards Eldergate Manor, which as you guys enter, Valen hangs back for a second as the rest of the party enters in, and Valen says,
Rollo, I would like to find time to see your boss sometime tonight. Is there, I know that she doesn't stay in one place twice. Is there a way that maybe a little bit later I can meet you somewhere? You can come here and I'll just meet you at a certain time and we can go. I don't know how to make this work. I'm not really much in the way of subterfuge.
I see. And why did you not speak with her just now?
It's regarding a matter that I don't know if I'm ready to have the group know about it just yet.
I see. He kind of turns his head, like kind of looks out at the street for a second, and kind of gets this distant look as he's like thinking or something. And I believe it can be arranged. If you can be ready in 1 hour, I will meet you 2 blocks down this path. That should be sufficient distance to not be seen.
Okay.
Then I will see you again shortly.
See you in an hour.
As you guys enter Eldergate again, the servants greet you, and kind of want to help you get settled in and everything. And Robert says, "Oh, it's good to see you again, masters and mistress. I have been informed that Lord Greenwood has arrived in Eldowyn and is staying in his apartments in the royal castle, and he has summoned you all to court in the morning. And so if you will prepare yourselves and join him there."
Thank you, Robert.
And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
All right.
Damn.
Stoic just goes, "Ugh," and like storms off. Take
it one day. One day off.
Moody teenager.
We're all a bunch of moody teenagers.
He just got his first kiss. You gotta give him a second.
Stolen. It's stolen.
I'm so sorry I stole your first kiss.
In a cloud of blue bugs. Very romantic.
It was very romantic.
For a thing, we just hear Stoic turn on his like moody, angsty music in his room.
I'm just a kid and life is a nightmare.
No, because we're about roughly the same age, Danny. I'm gonna think like something like Evanescence or something like that. You know, just like the right amount of angst. You know, not super angsty, but like
no. Stoic is totally listening to Stain.
That sounds perfect.
Oh man,
what's
with the lights off?
And that one candle, just so you can have the mood lighting.
Yeah, you got it.
Mhm.
There you go.
That was that moody teenager, I know.
See your true colors. Oh man.
Made it back without killing Kotok.
Yeah.
Listen,
Not yet.
barely.
Guys, we should have just killed him out there. It's gonna be so much
Honestly,
easier
yeah.
in his home turf. Ugh.
Yep.
I was really hoping Doug would let me roofie him. Like,
No one's stopping any of us from doing anything. Like,
Nope.
I just need to point that out. No one has stopped us.
I tried to send him towards mimics, and an unfortunate accident could have happened. I just didn't want to be the one suggesting it because he could come after me, and I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna make Big Boy over there do it.
I lied really well, guys. So rolled an 18.
Yeah, he just rolled
Yeah,
higher.
but he like sees everything.
Mhm.
We rolled a 23.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
He sees
I figured he
everything.
I'm
rolled
sure
higher.
I should have done it. I have plus 10 in persuasion.
He's literally the leader of an organization that thrives on lies and deception and everything else. Like, it's just, you don't do that without learning how to discern, you know? Like, that's it's tough
It's hard.
to really
Yeah.
deceive him. You have to do something pretty drastic. Like, sure I did.
Oh man.
I think we should be called the Dragon Teeth Gang.
Dragon Teeth.
You guys both went.
Yeah, that's because that was
I mean-
the Dragon Teeth Gang. I mean, are we like a
Poly
children's
of
movie, Disney movie here?
Yeah, it definitely had a babysitter's quality to it.
Okay, not gang.
The Dragon Teeth
Dude,
Gang.
I was trying to figure out something with
Why?
dragons too, and I couldn't. But I was gonna bring it up in game. But what do you guys think of the Misfit Guard?
Listen, and we're all gonna get tattoos of skulls on our bodies.
Well, like I was thinking, like an insignia with like a big M and a G, like overlapping of like the
Management?
Misfit Guard.
Management! I love that all of this is still on stream right now.
Yeah, we're still streaming. I love this.
And
This is Everwind.
Yep.
Randy has been a wonderful addition to the group for a while.
Yes.
Seriously, thank you so much.
It's been so much fun to have you.
Indeed.
Thank you.
I think
guys,
that you're
I had
leaving, man.
fun.
Is this really the end? Because Stoic totally thought she was gonna like come back in an hour.
She won't be joining us next week. Calliope disappears for a while.
Oh, Stoic's gonna be very sad.
So like you guys can know that like I fucking died on that day. Like all her fears just came true. She stepped through that door, got gunned down. She's like, we don't need you anymore. Good night.
Oh shit.
I like that guns just magically appeared in this universe
Yep.
too. She's like,
Yep. She
Damn.
has a portal towards like Eberron and just
Yeah.
like grabbed it real quick, used it, and then put it back. Done.
how?
Yep.
Nope, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like the story.
You just get through, and Hedressa's like, so you're friends with the Rixas. Boom.
No, don't even pretend. Don't put that in the universe. Don't put that in the universe. I don't need that.
Yep. Sad.
Oh, I know. I'm so sad. I'm also really sad because I barely got any time with you.
I know,
We're just starting to become friends.
I mean, hopefully we'll be able to have her back when like we really hit some Belladonna and Vander stuff.
Oh yeah.
I would love that.
Plot twist, I'm gonna be on their side and gonna fuck you
Ooh,
guys
no.
up.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Can you imagine?
I don't want to imagine it.
Doug,
Uh-oh.
stop it.
Doug, put your thoughts down.
Awesome. Well, I hope you guys had fun. This was a really good session with a lot of cool stuff and really good moments. Like the dragon teeth thing was really cool.
That was pretty
That
cool.
was really cool, man.
I was thinking about the kiss and all that kind of stuff.
I love that Easy's over here like ask Easy, like dating advice.
I was trying to think who I was gonna bring that up to, and I was like, who would Stoic go to? And like, he's probably least connected to Easy so far. Like he's got a good connection with Bear and it's coming along with Alan. So he's like, I don't want them to know. So he goes to Easy.
Although Easy gave the best advice. Just talk about it. Talk to her about it. Communication is key.
Communication is key. Oh man.
All right. So yeah, really good stuff tonight, guys. And I hope you all out there had fun watching this, as much fun as we did doing this. So we'll see you again in 2 weeks for chapter 18.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. Well, I'll talk to you guys soon. Oh, be sure to join the Discord.
Yes.
And see all the art and stuff that's being added there and everything.
Yeah, shout out to Fran for all that fan art. It's
Yes. Yep.
Awesome.
She's got more.
Yeah.
Maybe dragon art.
All right. You guys in 2 weeks. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Yeah.